Good evening to all of you.
Turning flashlight on.
So, first give me the answer of 2-3 question, or rather total 5 question. Question number 1. In case of the recipient not made the payment to the supplier within how many days, then ITC need to be reversed in case of reverse charge? The right answer is 180 days or 90 days or not applicable, or payment has to be made to the supplier, then only ITC can be taken. What would be the right answer for the question number 1? What would be the right answer for the question number 1? Very interesting to see your reply. Most of the participants are saying 1 and few participants are saying 2 and only one participant is with C. What is the right answer? So can you please again give the reply if I'm highlighting this word? The transaction is of the reverse charge. What would be your reply there? I hope you have not seen the reverse charge, because in case of the reverse charge, payment to the supplier is not applicable. Therefore, the right answer is C. Kindly confirm all are clear ना, or having any doubt? सभी लोगों को क्लियर है या किसी को कोई डाउट है? Now I'm moving to the next question. Time limit to take the input tax credit is time limit to take the input tax credit. I am talking about 16 subsection 4. What is the right answer? I am talking about 16 subsection 4, which has been amended. ज्योति, पहला वाला क्वेश्चन था रिवर्स चार्ज के केस में आईटीसी अगर पेमेंट नहीं किया तो कितने टाइम में रिवर्स करना पड़ेगा? सप्लायर का पेमेंट का कोई लिंकिंग नहीं है रिवर्स चार्ज। अगर आपको याद होगा 16(2) का प्रोवाइजो पढ़ा था हमने, सेकंड प्रोवाइजो, जहां पे लिखा था अदर देन रिवर्स चार्ज। बहुत बढ़िया हर्षित, बहुत बढ़िया। सो नाउ काइंडली गिव मी द रिप्लाई फॉर द क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. Kindly give me the reply for the question number 2. Kindly give me the reply for the question number 2. The date which has been amended by the Finance Act 2022, effective from 1st October 2022, which we have discussed yesterday in the last class. Please give me the answer. Yes, I could be able to see multiple right answer. The right answer is C. Right answer is C. 30th November following the end of the financial year, or furnishing of annual return. See, in the option number A and the option number C, what is the difference? In the option number A, the word is due date, and option number C, the word is furnishing. If you go to the 16 subsection 4, you will find the word furnishing of annual return. Correct? So option number 2, question number 2, the right answer is C. See the question carefully. In case of the capital goods, tax component has not been capitalized, depreciation is being charged on the taxable value. Whether ITC would be allowed in case of capital goods? Yes or no? whether ITC would be allowed. Varsha from first that particular 5% का scene has gone. अब 5% का कोई scene नहीं है. If the transaction is appearing, then you can take the ITC. We will discuss. There is a practical question. We'll discuss. Can we take the ITC on capital goods in this example or not? Kindly confirm. Again, you are doing the mistake. The answer would be yes. Answer would be yes to all the participant जिन्होंने भी नो लिखा है या ऑप्शन नंबर बी सेलेक्ट किया. मैं एक बार रिपीट करता हूं. कैपिटल गुड्स का आईटीसी नॉर्मली अलाउड है. कब अलाउड नहीं है? अगर आप टैक्स कंपोनेंट के ऊपर भी डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करते हो. मैंने कल एक लास्ट क्लास में एग्जांपल लिया था. टैक्सेबल वैल्यू इज 10 लाख रुपीज, जीएसटी इज 180. इफ टैक्सेबल वैल्यू इज 10 lakh, GST 180, total invoice value 1180. In this example, I am saying I have capitalized 10 lakh. I am charging the depreciation on 10 lakh, meaning thereby on 180, I am not taking the depreciation. As a result, I would be allowed to take the ITC. Right answer is yes. Now tell me which one is the correct statement for availing the input tax credit. Varsha, based on your question, I think after this particular question, you would have the clarity. Which one is the correct statement for availing the input tax credit? Great, Harshit. बहुत बढ़िया. Which one is the correct statement for availing the input tax credit? ITC would be availed 105% of 2A, 100% of 2A. So now I'm requesting, I have made slight changes. Now please give the answer. Which one is the correct statement for availing the input tax credit after the amendment in 16 subsection 2? Now please see and then give me the answer. I'm requesting everyone, please give me the answer. Even if you have given the reply, please again give the reply. One thing is clear that now GSTR2A is no more relevant. Now the GSTR2A is no more relevant. What is relevant? GSTR2B. If the amount appearing in the 2B, then only we can take the ITC. So the right answer is C. ITC would be available to the amount appearing in 2B, which is eligible. I hope everyone is clear. Question number 5, very simple question. Quickly give me the answer. Bill to ship to model in case of service also or only in case of goods? Whether bill to ship to model is possible in case of service or no. Only it is possible for the goods. Is it possible for service also or no? It is only possible for the goods. Sorry. Answer is possible. Answer is possible. Now, can you give me any supporting reasoning? Any support? Let's say I am saying answer is yes, it is possible. Can you give me any instance which we have discussed in the ITC chapter? Can you give me any instance which we have discussed in the ITC chapter 16 subsection 2, in which we have discussed this particular, not exactly this point, but somehow it is correlated to this? क्या कोई मुझे कोई एक ऐसा प्रोविजन बता सकता है जो मेरे इस क्वेश्चन को सपोर्ट करे? आईटीसी के रिगार्ड में बात कर रहा हूं मैं। आईटीसी के चैप्टर में लास्ट क्लास में हमने डिस्कशन किया था। मैं सेक्शन का भी नंबर बता रहा हूं, 16 सबसेक्शन 2। क्या मुझे कोई बता सकता है विच सपोर्ट दिस क्वेश्चन? प्रोविजन ऑफ द आईटीसी विच सपोर्ट दिस क्वेश्चन 16.2 में क्या? वर्षा, सप्लीमेंट्री देखिए मई 2023 के लिए, सप्लीमेंट्री देखिए मई 2023 के लिए, जिसमें 16 सबसेक्शन 2 क्लॉज AA ऐड हुआ है। वर्षा, आई एम गिविंग द रिप्लाई टू यू, क्लॉज AA ऐड हुआ है और 36(4) सब्सटीट्यूट हुआ है। जहां पहले 105% की बात करता था, अब क्या बात करता है? इक्विवेलेंट टू द GSTR 2B। यस 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 यस, एक्सीलेंट, मजा आ गया, बहुत मजा आ गया। 16 सबसेक्शन 2 क्लॉज B, जहां पे हम गुड्स और सर्विसेज रिसीव की बात करते हैं, वहां पे एक एक्सप्लेनेशन है। एक्सप्लेनेशन कहता है इट विल बी डीम्ड दैट गुड्स और सर्विसेज हैज बीन रिसीव्ड। पहला एक्सप्लेनेशन गुड्स के बारे में बात करता है, दूसरा एक्सप्लेनेशन सर्विस के बारे में बात करता है। ग्रेट, थैंक यू सो मच, ग्रेट, मजा आ गया। नाउ वी आर मूविंग टू द डिस्कशन। ध्यान से पढ़ना, लास्ट 10 मिनट इंपॉर्टेंट है। आपने कितना अटेंशन दिया क्लास में, इस बात का प्रूफ लास्ट 10 मिनट है। हाउ मच यू हैव गिवन द अटेंशन, हाउ मच यू हैव अंडरस्टूड, हाउ मच आई हैव एबल टू कन्वे टू यू और आई हैव एबल टू explain to you, that is last 10 minutes will give the confirmation to me as well and to you as well, so rest to be sure. Section 17 subsection 3 we have discussed. Now we are moving to the 17 subsection 1, subsection 2, subsection 3 we have completed. We are moving to the subsection 4. If I am providing the exempted supply and if I am providing the taxable supplies. बहुत बढ़िया गीत चौहान। See, we all know that if there is a common input tax credit which is being partly used for taxable supplies and partly for exempted supplies, how much I can take the ITC? To the extent of taxable supplies, meaning thereby I have to reverse some ITC to the extent of exempted supplies. Am I right? Now there is an additional benefit given to the banking company. In case of the banking company, financial institution, NBFC, बेटा 17.3 वापस समझाने में टाइम काफी लगेगा। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा आप लास्ट वाला वीडियो देख लेना, डाउट है वो डाउट मुझसे पूछ लेना, ठीक है? वापस पूरा एक्सप्लेन करना विल टेक टाइम, तो हम कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाएंगे सिलेबस, और मैं मैक्सिमम इनपुट आपको देना चाहता हूं क्योंकि रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो तो अवेलेबल है, यू कैन वॉच द वीडियो। नाउ देखो, बैंकिंग कंपनी भी एग्जाम सप्लाई करती है। क्या है उसकी एग्जाम सप्लाई? लॉन्ग टर्म लोन, एडवांस जो देती है वो, ठीक है, उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट एग्जेम्प्टेड है। अब उसकी कुछ टैक्सेबल सप्लाईज है, मान लो क्रेडिट कार्ड है। इन दैट केस द क्वेश्चन कम्स वेदर बैंकिंग कंपनी also required to reverse the common ITC which is being used partly for taxable, partly for exempted. Answer is yes. Now For reversing the common ITC, there are two options available. Either they have to follow 17(2), so in which rule 42-43 would be applied, and second option, which is only available to the banking company, that they can straightforward reverse the 50% ITC. Suppose there is a banking company and total input tax credit is 1 lakh. It has taxable supplies, it has exempted supplies. We all know they have to reverse some ITC. Either they will reverse according to 17(2), or they can straightforward reverse 50% and balance 50% can take the input tax credit, which is very, very simple method. I can say very, very simple method to the banking financial institution NBFC. Now, what is the proviso says that if option 1's exercise shall not be withdrawn during the remaining part of the financial year, provided further that restriction of 50% shall not apply to the tax paid on supplies made by one registered person to another registered person having the same permanent account number. Try to understand with the help of example. ICICI Bank, there is a Mumbai branch and there is a Delhi branch. We all know that according to Schedule 1, Para 2, that if there is a supply of the goods or services between related person or between distinct person would be supply even without consideration. Correct? So let's say ICICI Bank Delhi has the total input tax credit of rupees 1 lakh. Swati, I hope you were not there yesterday in the last class. Can you please confirm, were you there in the last class or not? Now my question is, ICICI Bank Mumbai has made the supply on which there is a tax component of rupees 20,000. ICICI Bank Delhi is making the taxable supplies as well as exempted supplies. So one part is clear that they have to reverse some common input tax credit. Correct? Why? Because we have discussed in the 17 subsection 4 that either they have to reverse according to 17(2) or second option, simply straightforward, they will reverse 50%. Now, but the proviso says for reversing the 50%, you will reduce the amount of ITC pertain to distinct person. So in other word, I can say ITC, outsider ITC, other than distinct person ITC, उसका 50% रिवर्स करना है. मैं एक बार एग्जांपल वापस आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. पहले मुझे बता दीजिए किस किस को क्लियर हो गया और किसको क्लियर नहीं हुआ. एक बार मुझे चैट में कंफर्म कर दीजिए, then we'll re-explain. Even it is clear or not clear, I will re-explain, but requesting, please confirm what is the current status. See, we are talking about banking company, financial institution, NBFC. Why we are talking about in the 17(4)? Because we know they are providing the exempted supplies like interest, and they are providing the taxable supplies also like processing fees on credit card, etc. If any registered person having two category of the supply, then they have to reverse common ITC. Correct. For reversal, there is a two concept. Either they will reverse according to 17.2, it means to the extent of exempt supply in the turnover ratio, etc. Second option is very, very beneficial, that simply they will reverse 50%. But 50% ka concept will not apply on which part? I have explained that total input tax credit is 1 lakh, out of which 20,000 ITC pertain to distinct person. ICICI Bank Mumbai has given certain supply to ICICI Bank Delhi. Because it is a supply between distinct person, tax invoice would be raised. Now on the tax invoice, there is a total GST 20,000. So what is the total ITC? Gross ITC 1 lakh minus 20,000, meaning thereby there is no reversal required on 20,000. So balance ITC, they need to reverse 50%. So the 40,000 will be reversed and 40 and 20, total 60 would be eligible. Sahid, बिल्कुल correct, बिल्कुल सही कहा, बिल्कुल सही कहा. Every other participant एक बार क्विकली कंफर्म करें. अब तो क्लियर है आपको? एक बार कंफर्म करें, अब तो क्लियर आपको? अब आता हूं 17.5, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Swati, are you there? Swati, Mogilipalli Swati, Miss Mogilipalli Swati, kindly excuse me अगर मैं किसी का नाम गलत प्रोनाउंस करूं. इट इज पॉसिबल. अगर मैं किसी का गलत नाम प्रोनाउंस करूं तो मुझे एक्सक्यूज मी काइंडली एंड प्लीज कंफर्म. स्वाति, आर यू देयर? वेदांत, मैंने एग्जांपल लिया कि टोटल आईटीसी 1 लाख रुपए, उसमें डिस्टिंक्ट पर्सन की आईटीसी कितनी है? 20,000. डिस्टिंक्ट पर्सन की आईटीसी का मतलब क्या? मुंबई ब्रांच ने दिल्ली ब्रांच को कोई सप्लाई किया. हम जानते हैं शेड्यूल 1 पैरा 2 के कारण डिस्टिंक्ट पर्सन में कोई ट्रांजेक्शन होता है वो सप्लाई होता है, तो उसका टैक्स इनवॉइस इश्यू किया होगा मुंबई ने. लेट्स से उसके ऊपर जीएसटी कंपोनेंट 20,000 था, बैलेंस इज 80,000, उसका 50% रिवर्स करना पड़ेगा. I hope it is clear. Let's move to the 17 subsection 5. Very, very important. Very, very important. पहला बात ध्यान रखना कि it is starting with non-obstant clause, notwithstanding anything contained in 16.1 और 18.1. भले वो ITC बिजनेस पर्पस की है, भले वो आईटीसी बिजनेस पर्पस की है, ठीक है, या 18.1 वाली, मतलब अभी 18 हम पढ़ेंगे, बट अगर उस आईटीसी का इफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजेक्शन इज कमिंग इन द 17.5, देन if coming in the 17.5, then you cannot take the input tax credit. It means we normally say if the amount, if the name of the transaction is appearing in 17.5, appearing in 17.5, appearing in 17.5, in that case, that ITC not be available. Anish Oja, Sushil Kumar, Vedant, if ICICI Bank supplies a non-registered, so if the non-registered person is there, then no problem, sir. Only will they raise tax invoice? Will they raise tax invoice? Will there be any ITC? Answer would be no. See, we need to reverse 50% ITC. This particular proviso says that 50% ka concept will not apply if supply is made by one registered person to another registered person having the same permanent account number. So if there is a transaction between distinct person and if there is any ITC on that amount, 50% reversal not required. So that is the reason we are simply removing 20,000 from 1 lakh, and the balance we are reversing 50%. Anish, you are saying, let's say there is no ITC. So then on entire amount, we need to reverse the ITC. On entire amount, we need to reverse 50%. So now we are moving. अनरजिस्टर्ड इनवॉइस पे आईटीसी क्लेम होती है. पहली बात है, अनरजिस्टर्ड पर्सन पे टैक्स कैसे चार्ज होगा? अगर मैं अनरजिस्टर्ड हूं, अगर मैं आपको इनवॉइस इश्यू करता हूं, will I charge GST? Answer would be no. So if there is no tax, then there is no question of ITC also. ये बात तो रजिस्टर्ड पर्सन के लिए हो रही है. It is clearly written ना, one registered person to another registered person. Why we will reverse? Because you are providing. So you were there, Vedant, you were there in the last class. Were you there in the last class? You remember the concept of 17.2? Probably not. If you were not there in the last class, you were not understood the concept of 17.2, then this problem may arise. Kindly quickly confirm. Because I am providing, let me still quickly give the reason. Because we are providing some taxable supplies, we are providing some exempt supply, then need to reverse. Because of 17.2. Requesting to watch the video of last class, you will be able to understand. 17.5. It says motor vehicle for transportation of person having approved seating capacity of not more than 13%, except when they are used for the following taxable supplies. How two person can have the same PAN number? Two state Priyanka. Suppose I am doing the Arun, I have the one PAN, but I have the two GST number. They are saying registered person means registered in the GST. Arun is doing the business in Delhi, in Gurgaon, in Mumbai. So he will have the 3 GST number, but one PAN. So that is the point which we are discussing. 25 subsection 4. Registration. We'll discuss in the registration chapter also. But they are saying motor vehicle for the transportation of person having approved seating capacity of not more than 13%. So one thing remember, in the entire 17 subsection 5, even though the expenditure is in the course or furtherance of the business, but ITC will not be allowed. Giving the basic example, I have purchased the one car for my director. I am private limited company. I have purchased one car for my director exclusively for the business purpose. It is 6-seater. Can I take the ITC? Answer is no. Why no? Sir, it is exclusively used for business. Still, my dear friend, 17 subsection 5 says, even it is in the course or furtherance of the business. If the expenditure ka name is given in 17.5, ITC will not be allowed. Please remember, you are not in the position to put the condition that it is in the course or furtherance of the business. Even though it is in the course or furtherance of business, ITC not allowed, provided the name of that expenditure is written in 17.5. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Arshit. Now, my question, please give me the answer. Suppose I have purchased the bus for my company having seating capacity 52-seater. I have purchased the bus for my pick and drop of employees. Can I take the ITC? Quickly give the answer. Along with reason. Along with reason. Along with reason. I have purchased the bus having 52-seater capacity. Can I take the ITC? Along with reason, please give me the answer. The answer would be yes. Why? Because the sitting capacity which is blocked is only 13-seater. But the vehicle which I have purchased, it is more than 13-seater capacity, ITC would be allowed. Another example, I have purchased the Tata 407, Tata 407 for delivery for goods. I have purchased Tata 407 for delivering the goods. Will I be able to take ITC? Give me the answer along with reason. Give me the answer along with reason. Give me the answer along with reason. Second example. I have purchased Tata 407, which is being used for transportation of goods. Would I be allowed to take the ITC? Give me the answer along with reason. Correct, that because blockage is on the transportation of person, not the transportation of goods. If any vehicle which is being used for the transportation of goods, ITC allowed, not blocked. Correct. So motor vehicle for transportation of person having approved sitting capacity of not more than 13-seater, except when they are used for making the following taxable supplies. Abhishek Pandey ji saying, Abhishek Pandey, no, because TAA. Ikrar, why you are saying not available? See, it is blocked for the transportation of person. If I am purchasing the vehicle which is being used for transportation of goods, doesn't matter what is the capacity of the passengers. Let's say it is 2-seater. It is allowed. Answer is yes. ITC allowed. See, the block. ITC is blocked for the which vehicle? All vehicle? No, sir. Transportation of person. Whether all transportation of person are blocked? No, sir. Transportation of person plus approved sitting capacity not more than 13-seater. Abhishek, is it clear? Jyoti N, I hope it is clear. Ikrar, I hope it is clear. So I've given 3 examples. First example, purchase the car for the director. Sitting capacity 6-seater. ITC allowed? No, sir. ITC not allowed. Why not allowed? Because the car is for transportation of person. Sitting capacity is not more than 13. Even though it is used for the business, but ITC not allowed. Perfect, Harshit. Second question I have asked that I have purchased the bus for for company having the approved sitting capacity of 52-seater. Now, whether motor vehicle is for transportation of person, answer is yes. Whether it is having approved sitting capacity not more than 13-seater, answer is no. So ITC allowed. Third question. Sir, it is written credit shall not be available if for the transportation of person. So I am saying transportation of person not allowed. But I have purchased the Tata 407 which is used for transportation of goods, not passenger vehicle. It's a goods vehicle, movement of the goods. Then answer would be ITC allowed. I hope it is clear. Same thing is applicable for vessel and aircraft. In case of the vessel and aircraft, they are saying, so one thing. Now there are three exception. What is the meaning of exception? If the particular motor vehicle is covered in any of the clause, ITC would be allowed. If motor vehicle which I have purchased is covered in any of the clause, ITC would be allowed. So motor vehicle for transportation of person having approved seating capacity of 13%, not allowed. But suppose my business is further supply of that motor vehicle. If I am purchasing the car for making the further supply of the car, ITC allowed. Transportation of passengers. Suppose I am Ola and Uber. I am purchasing the car for providing the transportation services of passenger. ITC allowed. And third, if I am providing the training or driving of such motor vehicle, then ITC would be allowed. It means first you will see whether vehicle is being used for goods or passenger. If it is for goods, ITC allowed. If it is for passenger, then you will check the seating capacity. If it is more than 13-seater, allowed. If it is up to 13-seater, normally blocked. You will check again whether it is covered in any of the exception. If it is covered in any of the exception, still the car is up to 13-seater, but ITC would be allowed. ITC would be allowed. So, thank you so much, Ikra. Quickly confirm which part is anything which part is not clear or everything is clear. I have summarized the discussion also. Quickly confirm, is it clear? Or if it is not clear, kindly specify which part is not clear. Same thing is for vessel and aircraft. For ITC would be allowed if it is being used for any exception. Otherwise, it is blocked. ITC allow and disallow means, see, when you file GSTR 3B, GST returns, then you have to mention which ITC, how much ITC is allowed. So you will take the ITC which is allowable, which you can use for the future tax liability. So ITC is nothing but the cash component. I can say ITC would be equivalent to cash component because you can discharge your output tax liability. हर्षित हिंदी में करूं क्या समराइज, ऐसा क्या? ठीक है, मैं कर देता हूं एक बार हिंदी में. देखो, एक बार वापस सुनना, मैं वापस कर देता हूं. कविता क्लियर है ये वाली बात? ये वाला पॉइंट क्लियर है ना? आईटीसी अलाउ डिसअलाउ का मतलब क्या? अलाउ मतलब मैं ऐड करूंगा और मेरा एक असेट क्रिएट होता जाएगा विच आई कैन यूज फॉर माय फ्यूचर टैक्स लायबिलिटी. तो कितना एलिजिबल आईटीसी है, वो आपको देखना पड़ेगा. वही आप ऐड करोगे जीएसटी रिटर्न फाइल करने के टाइम पे. करना क्या है? मोटर व्हीकल परचेस किया, क्या यूज है? गुड्स की सर्विस, गुड्स की पैसेंजर. गुड्स है अलाउड, पैसेंजर है. स्टेप नंबर, नेक्स्ट स्टेप में जाइए कि सिटिंग कैपेसिटी कितनी है, अप टू 13 या मोर देन 13. अगर मोर देन 13 है अलाउड, अप टू 13 है तो आप देखिए कि इस 3 एक्सेप्शन में फॉल करते हैं क्या. कौन कौन से एक्सेप्शन? फर्दर सप्लाई, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पैसेंजर और इंपार्टिंग द ट्रेनिंग. अगर 3 में फॉल करते हैं तो फिर भी आईटीसी मिल जाएगा, अदरवाइज आपको आईटीसी नहीं मिलेगा. Is it clear? Because it is the case of the passenger, not the vehicle. Sushil Kumar Barik, see, Tata 407 is being used for the transportation of goods. Please note one thing, 17.5 is blocking only the transportation of the passenger or transportation of person. If the Tata 407 का use is transportation of goods, ITC would be always allowed. See, clause A also allowed. In the clause AA, vessel and aircraft, they are saying for transportation of goods, it's always allowed. Any vehicle which is being used for the transportation of goods, no problem. Not clear due to explanation. Which explanation, sir? Passenger fare less than 13%, then check 3 exception. Is it okay? Perfectly okay. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पैसेंजर. पैसेंजर मतलब जिनसे मैं पैसा चार्ज करता हूं. सी, अगर आप यहां पे देखेंगे ना, फॉर फॉलोइंग टैक्सेबल सप्लाईज, मैं अपनी लिमिटेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग में आपको शेयर करता हूं कि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन का मतलब जहां पे पेमेंट बेसिस पे आप ट्रांसपोर्ट कर रहे हो, ट्रांसपोर्ट की फैसिलिटी दे रहे हो. ठीक है. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पर्सन मे बी पेड और मे बी नॉट पेड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं अपनी कंपनी में बस परचेस कर रहा हूं या कार ले रहा हूं फॉर डायरेक्टर का पिक एंड ड्रॉप. It is transportation of person, but that person is not the passenger. So free का है या payment basis पे, probably that would be the one major difference. There can be the other difference also. एक बार आगे बढ़ते हैं, नहीं तो एक पे ही रहेंगे हम लोग. पार्टली अलाउड होगा, पार्टली अलाउड नहीं होगा. भाई एक व्हीकल या तो गुड्स के लिए यूज होगा या सर्विस या पैसेंजर के लिए यूज होगा. मेन व्हीकल जब आप रजिस्ट्रेशन लेते हैं कोई भी मोटर व्हीकल एक्ट में, तो वो डिफाइन होता है कि ये ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ गुड्स है कि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ पैसेंजर है. करेक्ट ना. भाई पैसेंजर के व्हीकल में मैं गुड्स लॉ के अकॉर्डिंग मूव नहीं कर सकता. तो अगर रजिस्ट्रेशन के टाइम पे कौन सा व्हीकल है, पैसेंजर वाला है या गुड्स वाला है, अगर गुड्स वाला है तो आईटीसी अलाउड, पैसेंजर वाला है तो ब्लॉक. भले उस पैसेंजर वाले में आप गुड्स मूव करो, दैट इज योर चॉइस, बट आईटीसी नहीं मिलेगा. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. अब बात आती है, चलो जो मैं कार लेके आया ना वो ब्लॉक है. द कार विच आई हैव परचेज्ड दैट इज इन द ब्लॉक कैटेगरी. बट वेदर यू विल गिव मी द आईटीसी ऑफ द एक्सपेंडिचर लाइक जनरल इंश्योरेंस, सर्विसिंग, रिपेयर, मेंटेनेंस, तो क्या इनका आईटीसी मिलेगा? तो एक सिंपल सा फंडा है, एक सिंपल सा फंडा है कि अगर आपने ओरिजिनल मोटर व्हीकल का आईटीसी लिया है, if you are eligible to take the ITC of the original motor vehicle, then you were allowed to take the ITC of these expenditure. Means, for example, you have purchased the bus, whether purchase of the bus ITC is eligible? Yes, eligible. So insurance of that bus, repair and maintenance of that bus, ITC would be allowed. Sir, I have purchased the car for the director. Whether ITC was allowed? No. Then repair, insurance, maintenance of that car will not be allowed. Meaning thereby, if the clause A and the clause AA, you have to check clause A and the clause AA. Whether ITC was allowed on that vehicle. If answer comes to yes, then ITC of these particular expenditure would be allowed. Otherwise not allowed. Further, there are two more exceptions. First, if the motor vehicle used in the exception which is being referred in the clause A or AA, like I am using the car, I am purchasing the car for further supply of that car, I am purchasing the car for the transportation of passenger, I am purchasing the car, vessel, aircraft for the training, then ITC was allowed. Then expenditure of that ITC would also be allowed. Second is important. If you are manufacturing of the motor vehicle, if you are manufacturing that motor vehicle, vessel or aircraft, you can take the ITC. And second, if you are in the insurance business, then you can take the ITC of insurance. मैं रिपीट करता हूं, सुनिएगा, मेरी बात सुनिए. देखो, अभी हमने बात क्या की, मोटर व्हीकल की, वेसल का किया और एयरक्राफ्ट का किया. इन तीन आइटम क्लॉज ए और क्लॉज AA में बात किया. अगर आप आईटीसी ले सकते हैं ऑफ ओरिजिनल कन्वेंस, तो इसका रिपेयर, मेंटेनेंस, इंश्योरेंस का आईटीसी मिल जाएगा. ये तो बेसिक फंड है. मतलब आप क्लॉज ए और क्लॉज AA में चेक करोगे कि आईटीसी मिलता है या नहीं मिलता ओरिजिनल कार का, ओरिजिनल मोटर व्हीकल का? अगर आंसर यस आता है तो आप इसके एक्सपेंडिचर का भी आईटीसी ले लोगे। सेकंड इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्या है? अगर आप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बिजनेस कर रहे हो ऑफ मोटर व्हीकल, आईटीसी मिल जाएगा, रिपेयर मेंटेनेंस एक्सेट्रा। दूसरा, अगर आप इंश्योरेंस का बिजनेस कर रहे हो तो इंश्योरेंस रिलेटेड कोई भी एक्सपेंडिचर है मोटर कार का, आईटीसी मिल जाएगा। ध्यान से सुनिएगा, क्लॉज बी बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आप सभी लोगों के लिए। क्लॉज बी इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू। ठीक है, एक मिनट, एक मिनट दीजिएगा। जस्ट अलाउ मी 1 मिनट। आप मीनवाइल अगर आपका कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप चैट में डाल दीजिए क्वेश्चन। चलिए सर, नाउ वी आर मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट। वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड लॉजिकल सेक्शन 17.5. ग्रेट, थैंक यू अर्षित। Sir, if vehicle is registered for the transportation of goods but used for the transportation of passenger, will the ITC? No. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, ITC allowed. Abhishek Pandey, sir, I was not in the last class, but I have seen the lecture yesterday and I have doubt in 16.2D. If the recipient is last बात करेंगे, 8:30 पर बात करेंगे. After 8:30, I do not have the problem to resolve your query. I do not have any problem, but you have to wait till 8:30. ठीक है अभिषेक? अब हम बात करते हैं 16.2B का। अगेन 16.2B क्या कहता है? कुछ एक एक्सपेंडिचर है जिनका आईटीसी नहीं मिलेगा। फूड एंड बेवरेजेस, आउटडोर कैटरिंग, ब्यूटी ट्रीटमेंट, हेल्थ सर्विस, कॉस्मेटिक एंड प्लास्टिक सर्जरी, ठीक है, लीजिंग, रेंटिंग और हायरिंग ऑफ द मोटर व्हीकल। इसको एक साथ पढ़िएगा, यहां से लेके इसको यहां तक एक साथ पढ़िए, इस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट को एक साथ पढ़िए। लीजिंग, रेंटिंग या हायरिंग। भाई मोटर व्हीकल या तो मैं खुद परचेस करूंगा, या फिर दूसरा ऑप्शन क्या है, मैं लीज पे ले आऊंगा, हायर पे ले आऊंगा, रेंट पे ले आऊंगा। अगर आप ऐसा करते हैं तो भी ब्लॉक है। कब अलाउड होगा इसका आईटीसी? यू हैव टू सी अगेन क्लॉज ए एंड द क्लॉज डबल ए। यू हैव टू सी अगेन द क्लॉज ए एंड द क्लॉज डबल ए। वापस वही मुद्दा आ गया, अगेन सेम थिंग केम। If you purchase the car, motor vehicle, if you purchase the vessel or aircraft, if you incur the expenditure of repair, maintenance, insurance, if you take the motor vehicle on lease, rent or hire, in all such cases, you have to see whether ITC would be allowed in the clause A or the clause double A. If the ITC is allowed, if the ITC is allowed in the clause A or double A, then you can take the ITC of in all 4 circumstances. Correct? Food and beverages, ITC not allowed. Outdoor catering, ITC not allowed. Beauty treatment, ITC not allowed. Health services, if XYZ organization, XYZ Limited has incurred the expenditure on the health of the employee because of any reason, that ITC would be not allowed. Cosmetic plastic surgery, ITC not allowed. Life insurance, health insurance, ITC not allowed. Let's see, XYZ Limited has taken the medical insurance for all the employee, ITC allowed or not? Give me the answer. Give me the answer in the chat. XYZ Limited has taken the medical insurance, mediclaim for all the employee, ITC would be allowed or not? Give me the quick answer. अगर मेडिक्लेम लिया है XYZ लिमिटेड ने अपने एम्प्लॉय के लिए, ITC allowed or not? Answer would be no. If the company has taken the life insurance for the employee, ITC allowed or not? ITC allowed or not? Kanaya Singh, how are you saying ITC allowed? Clearly written, health insurance and life insurance. Beta ITC not allowed. So यहाँ पे कंपनी को ITC नहीं मिलेगा. Let's say I am talking about the stock insurance. Will the ITC be allowed on stock insurance? Now give me the answer. Will the ITC be allowed on stock insurance? Will the ITC be allowed on the stock insurance? Will the ITC be allowed on the building insurance? Will the ITC be allowed on in-transit insurance? Will the ITC be allowed on the fire insurance? I have to check whether the name are given in the 17.5. Answer is, if the name, if the expenditure, if these insurance are not blocked in the 17.5, then answer would be ITC allowed. Which insurance is blocked? First is life insurance, second is health insurance, third is car insurance, motor vehicle insurance. Correct? I hope it is clear. Now see, there is a proviso. Provided that input tax credit in respect of such goods or services or both shall be available where an inward supply is used by a registered person for making an outward supplies of the same category. Now, what is the exception to the clause B? Now, what is the exception to the clause B? If any food and beverages, outdoor catering, beauty, treatment, healthcare services, cosmetic, plastic surgery, any expenditure, if it is being used for making the outward taxable supplies, it can be same category or it can be the part of the composite or mixed supply. I am, let's say, a restaurant. I'm incurring the expenditure on food and beverages. My outward supplies, food and beverages. My inward expenditure on outdoor catering, because I'm doing the catering business. So whatever the expenditure is being incurred on the catering, I would be allowed to take ITC because of the same nature. Let's say I am the VLCC. I am the company who is providing the beauty treatment. So inward expenditure on the beauty treatment would be allowed because my outward supply is the same nature. What proviso says? Proviso says that if you are providing the same category of outward supplies or you are providing the bundled supply, like you know that what is the composite or mixed supply? Bundling. Naturally bundled or not naturally bundled. It means 2-3 items are mixed and you are supplying as a bundled. In that case, you are allowed to take the ITC. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to take ITC. Membership of club, health, fitness center, ITC not allowed. Travel benefit extended to the employee on vacation, ITC not allowed. Now, very, very important. Very, very important. This proviso that ITC in respect of goods and services shall be available where it is obligatory for an employer to provide the same to the employee under any law for the time being in force. Let's say I'm giving the example. Number 1. XYZ Limited having the factory, and in the factory there are total 300 labor. XYZ Limited is a factory and having 300 labor. According to the Factories Act, if you are having more than 250 labor, then it is compulsory to provide the canteen facility. That can be in-house canteen or that can be outsourced. Doesn't matter. So if XYZ Limited, now because of the Factories Act ka compulsion, they are providing the food and beverages services to the employee, ITC, now in this case it will be allowed. See, it is clearly saying that food and beverages is in the block category. Correct? But if you are providing any expenditure, if you are providing these service, these things to your employee because of compulsion of any law, ITC would be allowed. Let's say you've taken the life insurance of the worker because of any Workmen Compensation Act. You have taken the life insurance, you have taken the health insurance of your employee because of any other law, Workmen Compensation Act or any other act. If this is the case, ITC would be allowed. During the COVID-19 period, for limited time, COVID-19, first time, COVID-19, the Disaster Management Act was amended and life insurance or health insurance was incorporated in that particular act for limited period. During that period, if any organization has taken the life or health insurance of the employee, ITC would be allowed. Why? See, prima facie ITC would be blocked, but proviso say if it is obligatory for an employer to provide to its employee, ITC would be allowed. So we have discussed multiple things. My God. Is it clear to everyone? Any doubt? Kindly ask. I will summarize also. I will summarize. Just wait for a minute. I'll summarize. But if you have any question at the same time, kindly ask. I will do the summary also. We'll discuss in the summary manner. It's very important. चलो कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछता हूं. Let me ask certain question. No ITC on stock insurance. Sir, allowed beta. Sushil, it will be allowed because it is neither life nor health insurance. So stock insurance, ITC would be allowed. 5 minutes or it's 2-3 minutes. I will ask some random question. You will give the answer, but along with reason. You will give the answer, but along with reason. ठीक है. Company has purchased the car for the director. It is up to, it is 7 seaters. ITC allowed or not? Mr. Sahid, you have excellent question you ask that whether it is apply the clause 3 or it will be applied to entire clause. Just wait for a minute. I'll give the answer, but we'll complete certain question. नहीं ज्योति 17.5 में आप ये बात नहीं कह सकते कि बिजनेस रिलेटेड एक्सपेंडिचर का आईटीसी मिलेगा. नहीं, अगर सेम कैटेगरी ऑफ बिजनेस है तो आंसर यस है. अदरवाइज आंसर नो है. Notes needed. I am using the same of institute study material. I am not making any notes. Sahi, the answer is yes. It will be applied to entire clause B, subclause 1, subclause 2, subclause 3. Recently, CBIC has clarified the same, that proviso after subclause 3 is applicable to entire clause B subclause 1, clause B subclause 2, clause B subclause 3, even though it is written after subclause 3. Because CBIC is recently clarified, so we are crystal clear. There is no ambiguity now. Because it is up to 13-seater, ITC not allowed. Not allowed. Fine. Second question. You have done the repair and maintenance on Tata 407. Will the ITC be allowed of that repair and maintenance? Give me the quick answer. Answer would be yes, allowed. Answer would be allowed. Why? Because you are eligible to take the ITC of Tata 407, so ITC would be allowed. Which three insurance are in the block category? Which three insurance are in the block category? टाटा 407 ट्रांसपोर्टेशन व्हीकल, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ गुड्स व्हीकल, स्मॉल, जिसको हम छोटा हाथी भी बोलते हैं. टाटा 407 is a vehicle number which is more frequently used for the transportation of goods carrier. Always give the reply with reasoning. That would be more better way, so that I can also understand what is the logic behind yes or no. One is motor vehicle insurance, one is life insurance, and one is health insurance. Perfect. When food and beverages would be, let's say I'm saying, when can you take the ITC of food and beverages? When can you take the ITC of food and beverages? Give me the exception. 1, 2 exception. Give me the 2 exception. When you are allowed to take the ITC of food and beverages? Perfect question. Yes, Vedant, absolutely correct. If it is 15-seater, then no problem. Whomsoever is using the motor vehicle, no problem. If it is more than 13-seater, irrespective of the use, I would take the ITC. सॉरी प्रियंका, सॉरी, थोड़ा सा फास्ट हो रहा है क्या? इतना तो करना ही पड़ेगा. वी हैव कंप्लीटेड ओनली 1 पेज. In last 1 hour, we have completed only 1 page. So we have to take bit speed. Now this is very important. Let me see the answer. Priyanka, I suggest, or Prajapati, I suggest, everyone I suggest, give the answer in short. Give the answer in short. बहुत बढ़िया. Very nice. Very nice. Beverage means other than water. पीने का कोई भी item other than water. Let's say juice हो गया, वो भी beverages है. Cold drink हो गई, वो भी beverages है. अल्कोहल, लीकर, वो भी बेवरेजेस है. अदर देन वाटर इज बेवरेजेस. So food and beverages would be allowed. ITC would be allowed. Normally it is blocked. When it will be allowed? If outward supply is same category or composite or mix. Second, it is obligatory for an employer to provide to its employee. Clear? Now let's move to the next 17.5C. Work contract service when supplied for construction of an immovable property other than plant and machinery, except when it is an input service for further supply of the work contract. Okay. It means you are incurring the expenditure on the work contract. It is for construction that is other than plant and machinery. For example, I like to construct the building or factory. I have the factory. I have decided the place to build up the factory, and now I am constructing the factory. So there are two possible ways to construct the factory. Either I will give the entire work, to any other contractor, or I'll purchase the individual goods or labor, then construct at my own. So I purchase the bricks, iron rod, cement, every item which is required for construction. I have purchased individually goods, and then I have also taken the services. So either I have outsourced to someone, like I have outsourced to ABC contractor. When ABC contractor will complete the building, he will raise the tax invoice to me with the name of work contract service. Or I myself individually buying the goods or services, then constructing the immovable property other than plant and machinery. Ikrar, ITC not available for life, health or motor car insurance. There are certain exceptions. Normally, I am saying Vedant, ITC would not be available for transportation of person, but whether there is any restriction on the sitting capacity? Answer is yes. Answer is yes, na? See, Vedant, will I say that every motor vehicle which is being used for transportation of person is blocked? No, because up to 13-seater only block. So I have purchased the bus for my director. Let's say I have purchased a bus for my director. Will you give the ITC? Obviously, yes. It is more than 13-seater. Thank you, Ikra. Thank you. Kanaya, just wait. I'll complete clause C and the clause D, then explanation. Then I will take the question for the clause C and D. Thank you, Tarun. सही बात है ना? सी अभी उसमें तो पीछे तो कोई डाउट नहीं है ना. एक बार इस पे कंसंट्रेट करते हैं. डाउट होगा तो अपन 8:30 के बाद बैठेंगे डाउट क्लियरिंग के लिए. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. आराम से क्वेश्चन पूछना, मैं आराम से आंसर दूंगा. I promise that stay after 8:30. You ask any question, I'll give the answer, relevant answer. Not necessary that it should be related to ITC. It can be any topic in the GST. वापस आते हैं. एक बार पहले इस क्लॉज सी और क्लॉज डी को समझिए, ध्यान से समझिए, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये. देखो, अभी आपको मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, उसका आपको आंसर देना है. यू हैव टू गिव द आंसर फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन. इफ यू गिव द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दैट क्वेश्चन, इट्स सुपर. योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल इज एक्सीलेंट. I am saying, let's say I am constructing the factory building. There are two possible ways. Either I will give to ABC contractor, he will complete the building and then raise the tax invoice. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me that invoice would be in the nature of work contract? Why? ABC contractor has completing the construction work, then raising the invoice to me. it will be the work contract. Why? चिंता मत कीजिए अभिषेक पांडे चिंता मत कीजिए सिलेबस की. नॉट टेक द टेंशन, जस्ट अलाउ मी सम टाइम that I will take the slightly extend the class, but otherwise rest to be sure about the syllabus. अभिषेक, मैं देखो एक मुझे एक बार आप सभी लोग आंसर देना. एक चीज का अभिषेक ने बहुत बढ़िया पॉइंट पूछा. आई एम आस्किंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू, डू यू वांट मी टू टेक द क्वेश्चन आफ्टर 20 और 30 मिनट्स? जस्ट आस्किंग द पॉइंट टू ऑल ऑफ यू. देख, देर आर टू पॉसिबल वे. अगर मैं आपको उस टाइम आंसर नहीं दूंगा ना, शायद वो 20 मिनट बाद आपके माइंड में वो क्वेश्चन भी नहीं रहेगा. आई फील दैट इफ आई विल नॉट गिव द आंसर एट द सेम टाइम, इट विल नॉट रिमेन द क्वेश्चन और यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू लिंक माई रिप्लाई टू योर क्वेश्चन. वेदांत, क्वेरी विजिबल है? यस यस, क्वेरी विजिबल है. सिलेबस की चिंता मत करो, मैं प्रॉमिस करता हूं सिलेबस होगा. बस थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा करना पड़ेगा आपको. क्लास थोड़ी सी एक्स्ट्रा कर देना, बाकी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है सिलेबस की. बट लेट मी सी द फीडबैक that do you want that I have to take the question after 20-30 minutes or you want to take the question at the same time? Because it is for immovable property. Let me coming back to the discussion. Work contract service when supplied for construction of an immovable property other than plant and machinery, ITC would be blocked. Or I have purchased the goods or services, ITC would, if I have purchased the goods or services to construct the immovable property, ITC not allowed. Fine. Please read the explanation. Now it is very, very important to read the explanation. For the purpose of the clause C and the clause D, see the point which is being used, construction immovable property. What is the meaning of construction? The word construction has been given in the explanation. They have explained the meaning of the word construction. Immovable property we all know, but what is the meaning of construction? Construction includes reconstruction, renovation, addition, alteration or repair to the extent of capitalization. अरे अभिषेक, नेगेटिव कुछ नहीं है यार. अभिषेक एक बात ध्यान रख, हम लोग फिजिकली तो जानते भी नहीं एक दूसरे को, ठीक है? आप अपने हिसाब से कोई सजेशन दे रहे हो, मैं अपने हिसाब से पढ़ा रहा हूं. नेगेटिव कुछ भी नहीं है. थैंक्स की दैट आपने मुझे सजेशन दिया. आई विल नॉट टेक एनीथिंग एनी नेगेटिव. आपका जो भी सजेशन रहेगा वो मेरे लिए इंप्रूवमेंट का रहेगा. या तो आप मेरे पैटर्न को ओके कहोगे, अगर नॉट ओके कहोगे तो शायद ये मेरे लिए इंप्रूवमेंट होगा. थैंक यू बेटा. नेवर थिंक दैट आई विल टेक एनी पार्ट इन नेगेटिव. ठीक है? सो अभी देखो, एक बात ध्यान रखना, कंस्ट्रक्शन का मतलब क्या? टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ कैपिटलाइजेशन. मैंने इस बिल्डिंग में, ये बिल्डिंग मेरी है जहां से मैं पढ़ा रहा हूं, मान लो ये बिल्डिंग मेरी है, इसमें छोटा सा मैंने रिपेयर करवाया, क्या वो कंस्ट्रक्शन है? देखो, कंस्ट्रक्शन का मतलब रिकंस्ट्रक्शन, अल्टरेशन, रिपेयर भी कंस्ट्रक्शन है, बट टू द एक्सटेंट ऑफ कैपिटलाइजेशन. अब 1000 रुपीज का मैंने एक्सपेंडिचर किया, विल आई कैपिटलाइज? Will I capitalize? Answer would be no. I will not capitalize. I'll debit to the profit and loss account. In that case, that repair will not be considered as construction because it is not construction. Because it is not construction. Because it is not construction, you can take the ITC. Someone has asked a question. अगर मैं इंटीरियर डेकोरेटर, इफ आई डू द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन इंटीरियर डेकोरेटर, विल आई टेक द ITC? you have to give the second answer. You have to give the answer to one more part, whether you capitalize to the asset account or you have debited to the profit and loss account. You will say that I have debited to the profit and loss account, ITC allowed. Might be you say you have debited to the asset account, you have increased the value of the capital asset, ITC not allowed. Now, so first, second, but if you are doing the like installation of plant and machinery, you are basically making the structure for setting up of the plant and machinery, ITC allowed, even if it is a construction of immovable property. Correct? Except it means now there is one exception and exception is work contract. When it is an input service for further supply of work contract. Suppose there is a work contractor, his outward supplies work contract, and if he incur the expenditure on construction of immovable property, etc., any expenditure, he can take the ITC. Why? Because it is covered in the exception category. Now let's say if I ask that normally ITC would be block of the work contractor, give me the 3 exception. Now everyone please read clause C and everyone give the reply. When I can take the ITC of work contract. When I can take the ITC of work contract service. Please read the clause C along with the explanation. Give me the answer. When can I take the work contract ITC of work contract service? Saeed answer is yes, ITC allowable. Priyanka answer is no. Pranav. प्रणव मैं आता हूं आपके क्वेश्चन पर आता हूं. Pranav, I will come to your question. Just allow me 1 minute. Yes. Before that, I like to listen from each and every one that give me the 3 exception when the ITC of the work contract would be allowed. हर्षित, सिंपल सा बात है, अगर आप इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी का कंस्ट्रक्शन के रिगार्ड में कोई भी एक्सपेंडिचर करोगे तो आईटीसी नहीं मिलेगा. 2 तरीके का कंस्ट्रक्शन होता है, या तो किसी को आउटसोर्स कर दिया तो वो एक कंप्लीट बिल देगा आपको, उसका भी आईटीसी नहीं मिलेगा. क्लॉज डी क्या कहता है, खाली गुड्स और सर्विसेज आप लेके आए किस पर्पस के लिए, अपनी बिल्डिंग को कंस्ट्रक्ट करने के लिए, तो आईटीसी नहीं मिलेगा. कंस्ट्रक्शन का मतलब बुक्स में कैपिटलाइज करना, पीएल में नहीं. My question was, normally work contract service are in the block category. When can you take the ITC? First, if it is for plant and machinery. Second, if it is not capitalized in the books of accounts. Third, if my outward supply is of work contract service. Give me the answer. Is it clear? The 3 situations in which you can take the input tax credit of work contract service. First, I'm saying if it is for plant and machinery. Second, if it is not capitalized in the books of account. Third, if it is for related to my outward supply of the same nature. Thank you so much. Let me complete the clause D. Clause D is also same. goods or services both received by the taxable person for construction of an immovable property other than plant and machinery on his own account, including when such goods or services are used in the course or furtherance of the business. See, again repeating, please do not do the mistake for 17.5. Please do not do the mistake for 17.5. Just seeing the word, it is related to your business. Please do not allow the ITC. See, there's a difference in these two terms. Try to differentiate the two terms. Related to business, or I should say, please differentiate in these two words. I can say it may create the problem in your exam. Certain expenditure, if the word is written in the course or furtherance of business. And word is written for same category of outward supply. See, I am constructing the factory building. Is it in the course or furtherance of the business? Obviously, yes. Without factory, how can do I production? How can I produce my goods and services with goods? So it is in the course or furtherance of the business, 100% yes. But is it same category of outward supply? Not necessary. So try to differentiate 17.5. Most of the time they are allowing the ITC in this case, not in this case. I am incurring the expenditure. It is in the course or furtherance of business. ITC allowed? Not allowed. Because 17.5, remember, it is starting with notwithstanding anything contained, 16.1 and 18.1. Correct? Like if you are same nature of business, ITC would be allowed. Now, including when, so I hope it is clear, including when it is in the course or furtherance of the business. Even though construction of factory building, it is in the course or furtherance of the business, ITC not allowed. Explanation clear? Fine. So we will start. So let me complete these three clauses. Very simple. If you are composite dealer, ITC not allowed, section 10. If you are a non-resident taxable person, you are purchasing the goods or services, ITC not allowed except on import of the goods. Or obviously personal consumption, ITC not allowed. Okay. Goods lost, stolen, destroys, write off, disposed of. If you are giving the gift or free sample, ITC not allowed. If you are giving the gift or free sample, ITC not allowed. Goods lost by fire, ITC not allowed. So if you have taken the ITC, you have to reverse the input tax. Any tax is paid in accordance with the provision of 74, 129, 130. These are the penalty chapter. Is not in your syllabus. So therefore, you just understand this thing, that if because of any penal provision, you are paying the tax, that ITC not allowed. Do not do more deeper understanding of this particular clause, not relevant. So now I would suggest let's take a break of 10 minutes. We will resume at 7:35. We will resume at 7:35. Let's take a break. We will resume at 7:35. ठीक सर. So now there is a question. Is a short summary of subsection 5. I think you can refer the chart given at the end of the chapter. You may be able to understand. The chart is being given at the end. So flow chart or something, very excellent chart. You can refer that chart. Whether ITC in the work contract service supplied for construction amount of which not capitalized, even it is not an input service allowable. Why it is not an input service? Why it is not an input service? So first basic thing, that it should be input or input service or capital goods. Then ITC would be allowed. Second, it should be in the course or furtherance of the business. 16 subsection 1. Third, it should not be blocked in the 75. Clause E means if I am registered under composition levy. We will discuss in the registration chapter. So there is a category of the composite dealer on which there is a point they cannot take the ITC or they cannot pass the tax also. They cannot collect the tax also. In that case, goods or services or both on which tax has been paid under section 10. So if I am registered under composition, I am paying the tax under section 10, I am not allowed to take ITC. Meaning of plant and machinery has been given in the explanation. It says that means apparatus, equipment, machinery fixed to earth by foundation or structural support that are used for making outward supplies and include foundation or structural support but exclude. Always remember what is being included in the plant and machinery, what is being excluded in the plant and machinery. This explanation is very important. Land, building or any other civil structure, it's not a plant and machinery. Telecommunication tower, it's not a plant and machinery. Pipeline led outside the factory premises, it's not a plant and machinery. So let's say, that banking company, we have discussed 50% reversal. So now one important thing, 16 subsection 2 of IGST Act. Abhishek Pandey ji, the upper limit, it is 1.5 CR or in a special category state, it is 75 lakhs. Absolutely correct, Pandey. Now, let me ask one simple question. If my outward supply is fully exempted, can I take the ITC of input service or capital goods? Give me the answer along with reason. Give me the answer along with reason. Should I repeat the question? If my outward supply is fully exempted, can I take the ITC? Give me the reason. Very important point which I'm explaining. Then I will explain 16.2 of IGST Act. The answer would be no. Why no? Jyoti, not necessarily same. For example, my outward supply is exempted, but I am paying my I am paying the GST on maybe input. Suppose I have purchased the packing material, I'm supplying the milk, my outward is exempted, but I am paying the GST on the input, which can be raw material. Input service, let's say I am my return is being filed by chartered accountant. I have purchased the computer, fridge for my business. So I am paying the GST on my inward supply. It's not necessary when I purchase the milk, obviously there would be no GST, but there are any other item also on which I'm paying the GST. My question, can I take the ITC? The answer would be no, and the reasoning is 17(2). Because you are providing fully exempted supplies, then ITC to the extent of exempt cannot take the ITC. Now the exception. Before moving to the exception, kindly give me the answer, what is a zero rated supply? Kindly give me the answer, what is zero rated supplies? Kindly give me the answer, what is zero rated supply? I need to listen the answer that what is zero rated supply? So export or SEZ. It can be goods or it can be services. Correct. 16 subsection 1 of IGST Act. Now I am teaching 16 subsection 2 of IGST Act. Now I am teaching 16 subsection 2 of IGST Act. 16 subsection 2 of IGST versus 17 subsection 2 of CGST. Please write down somewhere. Please write down somewhere. 16(2) of IGST versus 17(2) of CGST. I am doing the export of exempted item. I am doing the export of exempted item. ITC would be allowed. Same example, I am providing the milk. My outward supply is milk, okay, or milk related product. And if my input service or capital goods, can I take the ITC? Prima facie, you all have given the correct answer. 17(2) not allowed. Now I am changing the question that my outward supply is not in India, not domestic. It is out of India. Then because it is out of India, it is called as zero rated supplies. Because it is out of India, it is called as zero rated supplies. The time it is zero rated supplies, 16(2) giving the permission to take the ITC, it is immaterial whether export is of taxable item or export is of exempted item. That part 16(2) of ITC may be availed, notwithstanding exempted nature of the zero rated supply. Now let's move to the two important circular of this ITC chapter. Two important circular. One is circular 92 and another is circular 72. What is circular 92? Circular 92 is related to sales promotion scheme. Circular 92 is related to sales promotion scheme. Circular 92 has clarified the various points with respect to sales promotion scheme. First is sample and free gift. If I'm providing the sample or I'm providing the gift, whether ITC would be allowed? Answer would be no, ITC would not be allowed. ITC would not be allowed because of 17(5)(h). Now, one important thing, suppose my outward supplies of the sample or free gift is covered in the schedule 1. What is the schedule 1? Abhishek, not at all required. Section number not at all required to remember. प्रणव एक बार वापस क्वेश्चन मुझे दिखा नहीं आपका. आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी योर क्वेश्चन. कैन यू पुट योर क्वेश्चन वंस अगेन? प्रणव आपका क्वेश्चन मुझे दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. बेटा वापस क्वेश्चन पुट करना. और खोजेमा कंस्ट्रक्शन इन एसईजेड इज अलाउएबल टू टेक आईटीसी? नहीं सर. आउटवर्ड सप्लाई, सर आउटवर्ड सप्लाई इज जीरो रेटेड, देन यू कैन टेक द आईटीसी ऑफ input service or capital load subject to section 17.5. If I'm exporting, can I take the ITC of the car purchased for director? No. My outward supply is exempted, and if it is export, you can take the eligible ITC of input service capital goods. 17.2 will not create the problem. What is schedule 1? So थोड़ा सा I hope you are able to understand that. थोड़ा सा ना आवाज में हल्का सा प्रॉब्लम है, थोड़ा सा कफ कोल्ड है, तो एज ए रीजन यू माइट बी लिसनिंग नॉट प्रॉपर वॉइस. अभी हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं? शेड्यूल 1 की बात कर रहे हैं. व्हाट इज द शेड्यूल 1? सप्लाई विदाउट कंसिडरेशन. सो इट्स से सी टू पॉसिबिलिटी. फर्स्ट, इफ आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग द सैंपल फ्री गिफ्ट, कैन आई टेक द आईटीसी? इफ आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग द सप्लाई ऑफ सैंपल गिफ्ट, ITC allowed? No, ITC not allowed. Why? Because it is written in 17.5H that goods that are disposed of by way of gift, by way of free sample, loss, stolen, destroys, write-off, ITC not allowed. But when it can be allowed, try to understand. If the activity of gift or free sample is covered in the schedule 1, it means supply without consideration. Then the sample or the free gift, if it is covered, let's say I'm giving the sample to my related party. Let's say I'm giving the free supply of fixed asset or any asset on which ITC has been taken. You remember schedule 1, there are 4 entries. By virtue of any entry, if the activity of the sample or free gift becomes supply by virtue of the schedule 1, you will pay the tax. Because it is covered in the schedule 1. You will pay the tax, and as a result, you can take the ITC. Read last line. However, where the activity of the distribution of the gift or free sample fall within the scope of the supply because of schedule 1, supplier would be eligible to take input tax credit. Next, buy one get one free. So we are making the supply of, let's say I'm doing the business of shirts. I am having the garment shop and I'm supplying the shirt. You purchase one shirt, I will give you one more shirt without any charges. So the question is, can I take the ITC of second shirt? अच्छा, एक्सेप्ट हैज बीन रिटन. प्रणव एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. एक मिनट, गिव मी 1 मिनट है प्रणव, मैं आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर कर देता हूं. The except is closed at this comma. Whenever there is a comma, it means it is a separate provision, it is a separate line. So the exception is only with this particular clause A or the clause AA. It means if you are taking the motor vehicle on the lease, rent or hiring, ITC not allowed. But when it will be allowed? If that particular motor vehicle is being used for the purpose specified therein. It means we have read the purpose. What is the purpose? See, the purpose has been written. These are the purpose. That if you are using the car for further supply, transportation of passenger driving, then you can take the ITC. So except is only for the motor vehicle, not for the life insurance and health insurance. Okay. You try to make the sentence, it will not give any sense. Leasing, renting or hiring of the motor vehicle except life insurance. No sense. So it means leasing, renting, hiring is covered till this. This except is ended with this. Is it clear? Pranav, kindly confirm. Pranav, is it clear? Kindly confirm. ठीक है, ठीक है. अब हम बात कर रहे हैं बाई वन गेट वन फ्री. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट बाई वन गेट वन फ्री. This is not an, so the question is, I am supplying one shirt, let's say 1,000 rupees, and I'm also giving one shirt as an free of cost. Question is, can I take the ITC of second shirt? Mr. Ali, not clear. What you like to say, or you are giving the reply. And Khojema, if the gift to the employee is more than 50,000, gift to the employee is more than 50,000, it is covered in the schedule 1, will be taxable, and therefore you can take the ITC. So the question is, can I take the ITC of second shirt? So the circular clarifies that it is not an individual supplies of free item. Basically, you are supplying two or more supplies for which you are charging the single. It means it is a combo sale. It might be the composite supply or it might be the mix supply. We all have understand that what is the composite, what is the mix in the section 8. Either it will be composite or mix. Therefore, you are allowed to take the ITC of that second shirt which is being given as a free. So what is the conclusion? If I'm providing one shirt and additional one shirt as a free, you cannot say you are supplying the second item as a standalone basis. Try to understand. Try to understand this line. It cannot at best be treated as a supply the two goods for the price of one. It is basically will be treated that I am supplying the two shirt at rupees 1,000. Sorry. You have told yesterday. You have told in the last class also. Sorry, Abdul. So is it clear? So what we have understood in the circular 92, first item, sample and free gift, normally ITC not allowed. But by virtue of the schedule 1, if outward supply become taxable, you can take the ITC. Correct? Similarly, buy one, get one free. So second shirt, you are not giving the free. It is not an individual free supply. It is supply of two items at a cost of one or at a single price. Meaning thereby the taxability would depend upon the composite or mixed supply, which we have discussed or which you have read in the section 8. And therefore you are allowed to take the ITC of both shirts. Discount including buy more, save more. Now please, anyone can tell me, have you discussed or are you remember the provision of valuation with respect to discount discussed in 15 subsection 3 clause A and clause B? Simply tell me, do you remember the provision of the discount discussed in 15.3 clause A and clause B? Simply yes or no, just confirm. I hope you all remember what you all have discussed in 15.3A or 15.3B. Yes, sir. Great. So what you have discussed over there, clause A talks about if you have given the discount on the face of at the time of supply and it has been specified on the face of the invoice, net amount you will charge the GST. So the discount will be excluded. Second, 15.3 clause B, we have discussed if the discount has been given after the supply. Discount has been given after the supply, then there are conditions that it should be linked to the relevant invoices. Recipient has reversed the ITC and there has been agreement on or before the supply. Correct? If you satisfied all these conditions, then you can issue the credit note by charging GST. And that credit note is called as a GST credit note. I have just revised the 15.3A and 15.3B. So meaning thereby, if I'm giving the discount, let's say I'm a supplier, you are my customer, I'm giving the discount. So for that discount, I will issue the credit note. Will that credit note be GST or without GST? Depends. If I have satisfied the condition of 15.3B, then I will issue the discount for credit note plus GST. It is called as a GST credit note. Suppose I have not satisfied the condition, then I cannot issue the GST credit note. In that case, the credit note would be called as a financial credit note. Clear? Now, so this will be required at secondary discount. Buy more, save more. It says that discount offered by the supplier to the customer under buy more, save more scheme before or at the time of supply shall be excluded according to 15.3, including the reversal of ITC by the recipient, which we have discussed. See, 15.3 clause B, what are the condition? Condition is it should be linked to the relevant invoices. Priyanka, if you remember the concept, excellent. Not require the section number, not at all require the section number. Please do not think that you need to mention the section number also in the exams. No, not necessary. If your concept is correct, you will get full marks. To the extent of my understanding, even if you do not remember the section, it will not create a problem, but the provision should be correct. Linked to the relevant invoices. Absolutely correct, Abdul. Bahut badhiya. Financial or commercial credit note. So it says that it should be linked to the relevant invoices. Recipient has reversed the ITC. And third thing is, recipient has reversed the ITC. And third thing is, there has to be an agreement. Okay. Now see. Now see that discount shall be excluded to determine the value provided satisfied the parameter laid down in 15.3, including the reversal of ITC. We have discussed reversal of ITC as is attributable to discount on the basis of the document issued by the supplier. However, the supplier shall be entitled to avail the ITC input service and capital goods used in relation to such discount. Now read secondary discount. Secondary discount, these are the discounts which are not known at the time of supply or are offered after the supply. Such discount shall not be excluded while determining the value. There is no impact on availability or otherwise of the ITC in the hand of the supplier in this case. So that depend upon the satisfaction of these provisions. Now we need to understand the one important circular also, that is ITC reversal when return of the time expired medicines are treated as fresh supply. Can an insurance company claim the ITC on the service or repair of motor car as per the proviso subsection? Very excellent question. Answer would be no. Answer would be no. Thank you, Mr. Ali. And very excellent question. Can an insurance company claim the ITC of repair and maintenance of motor car as per the second proviso of subsection 5? Very superb question. But my answer would be no. Why no? Can you please hold for your question till 8:30? We'll discuss this question in detail. We'll definitely discuss this question in detail. There is no impact on availability ITC in the hand of the supplier in this case. So if my outward supplies if my outward supplies on which outward supplies of discount, rather I should not use the word outward supply, I am giving the discount to you for which I am issuing the credit note, then there is no problem with respect to ITC. Now, circular 72. In case the person returning the time expired goods is a registered person, he may at his option return the said goods by treating it as a fresh supply. So now it has given a more good angle. See, I have supplied the goods to you. I will issue the tax invoice. You will take the ITC. Suppose you are returning the goods to me. Who will issue which document? According to section 34, supplier will issue the credit note for this returns. 34 subsection 1 allowing me to issue the credit note. Clear? Now, there is one more possibility, that returning the goods by the recipient to the supplier, recipient can treat it as a fresh supply, meaning thereby you are giving the goods back to me. It is not called as a returning. It may be called as a fresh supply. In that case, you will issue the tax invoice to me. So there are two possible ways when you are returning the goods to me. Either I will issue the credit note, that's it, or you treat the same as a fresh supply and you will issue the tax invoice to me. If you are issuing the tax invoice to me, I will take the ITC. Very simple. In case the person returning the time expired goods is a registered person, he may at his option return by treating the fresh supply, thereby issuing the tax invoice. The value on the invoice of which goods were supplied earlier may be taken as a value of such return. Value you can take whatever the value originally I have charged. The wholesaler or the manufacturer, as the case may be, who is recipient shall be eligible to avail the ITC of said return supply. That's it. Now, important part. In case the person returning the time expired goods is a composition taxpayer. Now, suppose you are composite taxpayer. Will you issue the tax invoice? No. Which document you will issue? Bill of supply. So when I will discuss the tax invoice chapter, section 31, subsection 3. Section 31, subsection 1 says, for the taxable supplies, I will issue the tax invoice. For exempted supply, or if I am registered as a composition dealer, I will issue the document called as bill of supply. So I will issue the bill of supply and pay the tax as the applicable rate to the composition taxpayer. So there is some tax rate, 1%, 5%, 6%. There are 3 slabs. You see, I have supplied the goods to you. You are supplying back to me and you are treating the same as a fresh supply. So you will issue the document named as a bill of supply and you will pay the tax, whatever applicable. My question to all of you, will you charge the GST on the bill of supply? I'm asking the question to all of you. Will you charge the GST on the bill of supply? You are registered as composite dealer and giving the goods to me. My question is, will you charge the GST or not? Kindly give me the answer. Thank you. Always remember, bill of supply would be issued in 2 cases. Either the supply is exempted or the supplier is registered as a composition levy. And there cannot be any tax on the document Means when you are returning the goods to me, you will issue the bill of supply. You cannot charge any tax. However, you have to pay the GST. In case of the composite dealer, there is only a small tax rate, 1% for trading of the goods or manufacturing of the goods, 5% for restaurant, 6% for other services. We'll discuss in the composition chapter. In that case, so by issuing the bill of supply and pay the tax, in this scenario, there will not be any availability of ITC because you are issuing the document to me. Will there be any GST? No. If there is no GST, how can I take the ITC? So it is written, will not be any ITC. In case the person returning the time expired good is an unregistered. Now let's third situation, you are not registered. So you will return the goods to me by issuing any commercial document. Obviously, if you are unregistered, you cannot charge GST. Where the goods returned by the retailer or wholesaler as a fresh supply are destroyed by them. Now, because goods time, we are talking about the time expired edition. We are talking about the time expired edition. Now you have returned the time expired edition to me. Now that medition I have destroyed. Now the question is, what I will do? Let's listen carefully. He or she is required to reverse the ITC. Why reverse the ITC? Why reverse the ITC? Why reverse the ITC? Any goods lost, stolen, or destroyed. Any goods lost, stolen, or destroyed need to reverse the input tax credit. I need to reverse the input tax credit. So when you return the goods to me, I have taken the ITC, but finally when I'm destroying that goods, I have to reverse the ITC. Reverse the ITC. It is pertinent to mention that here that the ITC which is required to be reversed in such scenarios, the ITC availed on the return supply, not the ITC which is attributable to the manufacturer of that item, expired goods. So might be you have issued the tax invoice to me. Correct. So whatever the input tax credit, your GST or charge, I have taken the ITC and that I will reverse the ITC. Manufacturer has availed the ITC of ₹10. बहुत बढ़िया, very good. कंपोजिशन डीलर को सेलर के टाइम जीएसटी ऐड करेगा परचेज के रॉन्ग ज्योति सपोज ज्योति यू आर रजिस्टर्ड अंडर कंपोजिशन whatever you are purchasing the goods, if that person from whom you are purchasing is a regular dealer, he will charge the GST, applicable GST. If you are purchasing from composition dealer, he will not charge the GST. Now you are supplying to me, you cannot charge any tax on this particular document bill of supply. Whatever the value on total bill of supply, you have to pay the tax at the rate of 1% in case of the goods or 5% in case of restaurant. What to do manufacturer to do with the time expired medition? When this time expired medition is being destroyed, because it is time expired, I cannot reuse. So ultimately I have to destroy whatever the ITC attributable on such return, I will reverse. Try to understand with this example. Manufacturer has availed the ITC of 10 at the time of manufacturing the medition. At the time of return the medition, suppose you are regular dealer, correct? You are issuing the fresh invoice to me on which you have charged the GST of ₹15. So I have taken the ITC, and when I am destroying that medition on such return, I will reverse the ITC of ₹50. That is the point which I like to explain. Kindly confirm, is it clear? Kindly confirm, is it clear? Geet Chauhan, everyone requesting Everyone, I am requesting everyone, please confirm that everything is clear till now. So we can move to the section 18. We will discuss only 10 minutes. We'll do the discussion only for 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, we will start quick fire round of the question answer. So we will complete 18 subsection 1. Its trader gets good composition. Jyoti, if trader get goods composition dealer, then further sale without charging GST? Yes. If you are composite dealer, you will supply on the bill of supply. You will not charge GST on the bill of supply, but 1% you have to pay the tax to the government by CMP 08. There is one form on quarterly basis. Composite dealer need to fill and have to pay the tax. 18 subsection 1. Example 36 explain कर दो. See, ज्योति मैं मैन्युफैक्चरर हूं. आपको मैंने माल सेल किया, इसके ऊपर 10 रुपए मैंने इस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजेक्शन के ऊपर 10 रुपए आईटीसी अवेल किया. नाउ आई एम सप्लाइंग टू यू, यू हैव रिटर्न द गुड्स टू मी. ठीक है. व्हेन यू आर रिटर्निंग द गुड्स टू मी, यू हैव ट्रीटेड द सेम एज ए फ्रेश सप्लाई. तो आप मुझे टैक्स इनवॉइस इशू करोगे, उस टैक्स इनवॉइस के ऊपर 15 रुपए जीएसटी चार्ज किया. अब ये जो 15 रुपए इसका मैं पहले आईटीसी लूंगा, बाद में जब ये मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जो मेडिसिन है, जब इसको मैं डिस्ट्रॉय करूंगा तो इस 15 रुपए को रिवर्स करना पड़ेगा, ना कि 10 रुपए. दैट इज द पार्ट व्हिच हैज बीन क्लैरिफाइड. नाउ 18 सबसेक्शन 1. सी, अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द क्रेडिट इन स्पेशल सर्कमस्टांसेस. तो 18 क्या है, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. सी, इसको समझिए, कॉन्सेप्ट को समझिए. अभी हमने जो बात की ना सेक्शन 16 में, वट एवर वी हैव डिस्कस इन सेक्शन 17, दैट पर्टिकुलर इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट we are talking about at the registered person. So whenever the person is purchasing the goods or services, he is registered at the time of purchase. Correct? Now in section 18, at the time of the transaction, he was not eligible. We are discussing 4 circumstances. Try to understand 4 circumstances. Before reading the 18 subsection 1, try to understand 4 circumstances. You tell me, if I am unregistered person, I am purchasing the goods or services on which supplier has charged the GST. Suppose today I am unregistered person. I am unregistered person. I have purchased computer for my business. I am doing the business. I have purchased the computer. I have purchased that stationery item. Supplier, if registered, he will charge the GST. Yes or no? Karthik, if goods is destroyed, ITC is not reversed, then whenever it will be noticed by the department, either under scrutiny, seizure, search, departmental audit, they will levy the penalty also. Reversal along with interest, along with penalty. So, if I am unregistered, can I take the ITC? If I am unregistered at the time of purchase, can I take the ITC? Arun has purchased. Arun is unregistered person in the GST doing the business. Okay. Now supplier will charge the GST. Yes, he will charge the GST. Now, can he take the ITC? Can he take the ITC of these particular item on which GST is being paid by the Arun? He is purchased input or input service or capital goods. Can he take the ITC? But Arun is unregistered, then how he can take the ITC? Answer is no. Absolutely correct. Arun is registered, but registered under composition levy. He has purchased the goods or services. Can he take the ITC when he registered under composition? If Arun is registered under composition levy, can he take the ITC? Can he take the ITC? Answer is again no. Arun cannot take the ITC. Third situation. Arun is registered in the GST as a regular category, but outward supply is fully exempted. He is purchasing the goods or services GST is paying. Can he take the ITC if outward supply is fully exempted? Can he take the ITC if outward supply is fully exempted? Can Arun take the ITC if outward supply is fully exempted? The answer would be no. Now here section 18 will come into the picture. Section 18 subsection 1, there are 4 clauses: clause A, clause B, clause C and clause D. They are talking about these transactions when ITC would be available. Try to understand. We'll discuss one by one situation. First situation. A person now Arun is unregistered at the time of transaction, but he has applied the registration within 30 days. Within 30 days. Time limit to make the registration application within 30 days. See, Arun is required to take mandatory registration. And at the time of transaction, he was unregistered. Okay, no problem. He cannot take the ITC. But if he applied within 30 days registration, he can take the ITC of stock. He can take the ITC of stock out of the purchase if item is available in the stock. He can take the ITC. Similarly, section 25 subsection 3 talks about voluntarily registration. Harshit, because at the time of purchasing the goods or services, the person should be registered. If he is not registered, cannot take the ITC. If he is composite dealer, cannot take the ITC. If he is dealing in fully exempted supplies, according to 17(2), ITC not allowed. Now we are talking about the exception to these 4 items. Now we are talking about the exception to these 4 items. First, if Arun has taken the registration, first clause is mandatory registration. If he has applied within 30 days, he can take the ITC of input service. I'm not using the word capital goods. See, please remember here I am using the word input and input service. Only input, sorry. Here I am using the word only input. In next 2 clause, I will use the word input and capital goods. Okay. So let's say on 1st November 2022, the turnover exceed 40 lakhs or 20 lakh, whatever the case may be. What is the threshold limit? We'll discuss in the registration chapter. Now within 30 days from this date, Arun has to apply the registration. So let's say Arun has applied within 25 days, 25th November 2022. And certificate has been granted on 6th December 2022. Just give me the answer whether Arun has made the application within the 30 days or not. 30 days would be counting from the date on which Arun liable to take registration. Oh, हर्षित 5 मिनट और दे, बस इसके बाद मैं नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा. This is the last discussion. In the next class we will start from 18 subsection 1. In the next class we will start from 81, no problem, but please complete this. So from 1st November he is liable to take registration if he has applied within 30 days. Answer is yes, he has applied within 30 days. Whatever the ITC on the stock on 1st November, Date of liability. This is date of liability. Or this is date of registration, date of application, and this is grant of registration. So Arun can take the ITC of the stock lying on the date of liability. This is mandatory registration. If it is voluntary registration, there is a provision in the GST 25 subsection 3. Let's say Arun ka turnover is not exceeding, let's say only 10 lakh rupees. Still Arun like to take registration. Can he take registration? Still Arun like to take registration. Can he take the registration? Sorry, preceding date before the liability. Preceding date before the liability on 31st, last date of the month. Before 1st November, whatever the stock lying in the hand, he can take the ITC. Now Arun ka turnover is only 10 lakh rupees. He like to take registration. 25 subsection 3 says, yes, he can go for registration. If he is going for registration, the stock lying in the hand of Arun can take the ITC. Now, clause A, which date? Immediately preceding the date from which he become liable to pay the tax. It means October, 31st October. A person who taken the registration voluntarily shall be entitled to take the credit on the day immediately preceding the date of the grant of the certificate. It means, let's say in my example, I can say preceding date of registration was 6th December. Prior to that, whatever stock is available. Okay. So this, at this stage, I am completing, concluding the discussion. Ashok ji, now I will not share the presentation. Now I will not share the presentation. Kindly do the setup of the particular video. Now, last 10 minutes, quick round of the question. I'm asking the question, you need to give the reply. Okay? You need to give me the reply. If outward supply 0 rated but exempted in the GST, can I take the ITC? If my outward supply is exempted but it is export, can I take the ITC? Give me the answer. Just cool down. Just cool down. We are not going to learn anything new. Let me complete. Let me just revise the entire chapter which we have discussed. If my outward supply is exempted but export, can I take the ITC? Yes, because it is 0 rated. A company buy the cement, tiles, and avail the service of an architect for construction of its office building. Whether ITC is available on such goods and services, assuming it is being capitalized in the books. Company has purchased the cement, tiles, architecture for construction of office building. All expenditure will be capitalized. Whether ITC would be available. I am from Delhi. Priyanka, I am from Delhi. Answer is no, as it is capitalized, so it will be blocked in 17.5. Managing director of the company has taken the membership of the club and the fees is being paid by the company. Whether ITC would be allowed, this is required for the business purpose. membership of the club required for the business purpose, company is making the payment of that membership fees. Will the ITC be allowed? Answer is no. Mr. A purchased the car and is providing the outward supply of driving. He is a company of providing the driving. He is a driving school. Whether ITC on purchase of the car is allowed? ITC on purchase of the car is allowed. Answer is no or a yes. Answer is no or yes. Please tell me. If the use of the car is motor driving, outward supply is driving, imparting the training or driving, ITC would be allowed because it fall in the exception. Is stock insurance ITC allowed or not? Is stock insurance ITC allowed or not? Is stock insurance ITC allowed or not? Yes or no? Is stock insurance ITC allowed or not? Is stock insurance ITC allowed or not? Answer is yes, allowed. Next question. Next question. Whether ITC on import of the goods by a non-resident taxable person is allowed or not? ITC on the goods imported by a non-resident taxable person. ITC allowed or not? ITC on import of the goods by non-resident taxable person. ITC allowed or not? Yes, allowed. If you go and see, they are writing the goods or services except import of the goods. It means if non-resident taxable person importing the goods, ITC would be allowed. For import of the goods, it will be allowed. Other than import, he cannot take the ITC. I am talking about the non-resident taxable person. If I am giving the offer, buy one shirt, get one shirt free, whether ITC would be available on second shirt? Whether ITC would be available on second shirt? ITC would be available on second shirt. ITC would be available on second shirt. Answer is yes, available. From my side, today class is completed. Over to you for asking any question. Over to you for asking any question. Now it's over to you. You can ask any question, might be related to the previous chapter or might be related to any other topic in the GST. I will share whatever I have the knowledge. First, tell me, are you asking any question? Kindly give me the reply in the chat. Kindly give me the reply in the chat. Are you having any question which you like to ask? Which you like to ask? Do you have any question which you like to ask? Please confirm in the chat. Do you have any question which you like to ask? Who is non-resident taxable? Geet, please wait for some days. When we start the registration chapter, I will explain. So normally I can say the person who is located out of India, coming to India and like to make some taxable supplies. He is coming to India, does not have any fixed establishment in India and like to make a taxable supplies. But we will discuss in the registration chapter. There is a specific provision in section 27. Yes. Difference between input and capital goods. See, there are three terms: input, input service, or capital goods. ITC would be available on input, input service, capital goods. First, either it will be goods or it will be services. Whenever I am incurring the expenditure, it can be goods or it can be services. If it is a services and in the course or furtherance of the business, it is called as input service. If it is a goods, either it can be capital goods or input. Capital goods means the goods which is being capitalized in the books of accounts. I have purchased the computer. Computer is a goods. I have capitalized in the books of accounts. That computer become capital goods. If it is a goods but not capitalized, then it is input. Meaning thereby, suppose I am purchasing the stationery item. Is it a goods or services? Answer is goods. Will you capitalize the stationery item? No. Then it will be called as only input. See, please note, I means only input. It is not termed as input goods. Please remember, it is not called as a input goods. It is only called as input. Input means it is only which goods that is not capitalized. Which goods? Input means the goods which is not capitalized. And all these three, input or input service or capital goods, is used in the course or furtherance of business. Kavita, kindly give me the confirmation. Is it clear? Kindly give me the confirmation. Is it clear? MCQ of 2 shirts again. I am purchasing. See, we have discussed circular 92. I am giving the answer to Nikita. I am giving the answer to the Nikita. Nikita, we have discussed one circular 92. In the circular 92, there are 4 questions, out of which then what is input goods? Nothing. See, you will not, technically there is no input goods. If there is a goods which is not capitalized, that is input only. See, technically you will not find any word input goods. If I go and refer the local language, you will not find input goods. Only input means other than capital goods. Only input means goods which is not capitalized. Whether we'll discuss in the invoice accounts and record chapter. But ITC will be available, which does not have IRN. Prima facie answer would be no, because it is not, according to the 48.5, it will not be called as a tax invoice. But I have to explain many things before concluding the answer to this question. Okay. Fine. And Nikita, in the circular 92, there was buy one, get one free. So in this question was whether ITC would be available to this free shirt. Because suppose you are purchasing the shirt from me. I am giving one shirt worth of ₹1,000 and also one shirt without any cost. According to 17.5, if you are giving the free gift sample, ITC not allowed. Then circular 92 clarified, buy one get one free. You are not giving the second shirt as a free. Basically, you are giving 2 shirts at ₹1,000. Combination can be taxable as a composite or mixed supply, Therefore, circular 92 says you are allowed to take the ITC on the second shot. Is it clear? Kindly confirm or ask the counter question. Abhishek Pandey, 16 subsection 2 clause D. So if he will furnish the written 3B, then when he will claim the ITC? See, Arun is a supplier and Abhishek is a recipient. Arun has supplied the goods worth of rupees 10,000, charged the GST of 500, total value 10,500. Let's say Abhishek has satisfied all the condition, clause A, clause AB, whatever the clause AA, clause B, clause C. Now, when he filed the GSTR 3B, he has to add this 500 in the table 4A. So the condition, according to the condition number D, it says that recipient, he has furnished the return under section 39. He means recipient has furnished the return under section 39 means GSTR 3B. So for taking the ITC, Abhishek has to file 3B, and while filing 3B, he will add 500 in the table 4A. Is it clear, Abhishek? Alok, circular number 92. Circular number 72 is time expired medicine. So the question which is being asked by Nikita, buy one get one free, that is the circular 92, and circular 72 is time expired medicine. Fine. So Abhishek, kindly confirm, is it clear? Then Sahid, while checking the 2B, there may be the details of the invoice uploaded by bank, but there are no tax invoices from bank. Can I take the ITC considering? No. There has to be the separate tax invoice. You remember we have discussed in 37 in subsection 2 proviso. It was written that 5 things has to be there. You remember that there has to be the GST number, there has to be the place of supply, tax ka component, description of the goods or services. So if you do not have the tax invoice, you cannot take the ITC. So 2B may appear ho raha hai. The transaction is appearing in 2B. It means you are satisfying the condition of 16.2 AA. But 16.2A is saying you should have the tax invoice. Is it clear? Sahid P, Mr. Sahid P, is it clear? Though you should have the tax invoice. Yes, Abhishek. Next question. Pranav, what is input goods? I have explained, Karthik, whether ITC is available for a tax which does not have the no. Kavita, I have given the reply. Rinuja, in the definition of recipient, please give example as to person to whom the goods delivered versus goods made available. Possession versus made available. Use given versus made available. Okay. Fine. We'll discuss. Rinuja, allow me some minutes, or we'll discuss in the next class. In the 17.5 AB clause 2. So 17.5 AB, what is that? Transportation of goods. You are talking about vessel and aircraft. AB is for. Achha, sorry. Okay. You got my. I got your point. So you are talking about the insurance, right? Exception which is being given for the insurance, and you ask the question that whether ITC would be available on the motor car by insurance company. Is that your question? If I have correctly understood, just give me the yes, so I can proceed further. So this 17.5 AB is talking about which expenditure? Repair, maintenance, insurance. Correct? Now the question is, suppose one insurance company is incurring the expenditure on their motor car, whether ITC would be available or not. See, in the exception, they have used the insurance company. What is the meaning of insurance company? I'm telling with the help of example. Okay. Maruti Suzuki, or let's say Tata Motor. Tata Motor has taken the insurance from, let's say, general insurance or national insurance of 1 lakh car. Whether ITC would be available to Tata Motors? Answer would be yes, because it is covered in the exception. Now, this insurance company nowadays, the total risk would not be borne by the single insurance company. Probably it will divert some part to the other insurance company. Might be he will divert 25,000 cars, car insurance, to, let's say, Max company. To, let's say, and he has given the another company, insurance company, the insurance of that particular XYZ, whatever. Try to understand. When general insurance has outsourced the certain insurance to another company, then another company will raise that tax invoice to the general insurance. Another company, another insurance company will raise that tax invoice to general insurance. What is the nature of that expenditure? Insurance of motor car. So because insurance of the motor car is in the block category, whether ITC would be available, this particular, because of the clause 2, insurance company can take the ITC of such insurance of the motor vehicle. Understood or not? So to my limited understanding, the exception which is being given to the insurance, that is only for the insurance, not for any other expenditure, repair, maintenance, because it is same nature of the business. Make sense? Anisha, Anish Oja, Manish, Anish, please confirm. So I'm saying repair, maintenance, insurance, out all the component, it is not blocked, it is not allowable. Only allowable part, insurance part. Or might be because of the insurance, they are allowing certain expenditure. For example, let me add one more thing. So because of the insurance, they are saying up to ₹1,000, you can take the reimbursement of the repair and maintenance. Let's say, so car has got accident and has that car, which is under insurance, had incurred the expenditure of 1,000, which is being reimbursed by the insurance. In that case, repair and maintenance would be allowed. Got my point? Insurance, repair and maintenance. But we cannot say because of this exception, suppose general insurance company has the car for its director and any expenditure on that car would be allowed because of the clause 2. Answer is no. So they are talking about the subject car, which is under insurance, for which they are earning the insurance premium on that particular car if they have outsourced to someone or some expenditure is being incurred because it is under insurance, ITC allowed. Any other question? Please give the example for 17.5a, exception A. I am purchasing the car and selling the car. I am purchasing the car and leasing the car. So further supply, recall, link with the section 7. Section 7, subsection 1, clause A. Supply include all forms of the supply such as sale, transfer, barter, exchange, lease, license. Correct? If I am buying the car, supplying the car, I have the showroom, car ka showroom. So I will take the ITC. Why I will take the ITC? Because it is covered in the 17.5a first clause A. Reimbursement means, which reimbursement mean? So for example, you have taken the insurance of the car, or Mr. A has taken the insurance of the car. So if car got accident, okay, or car got damaged, and he will incur the expenditure that will be reimbursed, that will be returned by the insurance. Reimbursement, whatever the expenditure incurred by me, I will give the bill to the insurance company. Insurance company will make the payment to me. Reimbursement, it means returning the expenditure. Ganesh, kindly confirm so we can conclude. Sir, in 16(2)(ba), it says it is not restricted under section 38. Section 38 is talking about GSTR2, basically GSTR2B, but it has been replaced. I think it is not in your syllabus. It is not in your syllabus. Just you can Google and read the section 38. So statement of inward supplies, and they are talking about the GSTR2B, and now there are multiple condition has been attached, which is not prescribed. So as of now, 38 is not operational till the time rules were not made. Fine. Any other question, or we can conclude? Do you have any other question, or we can conclude? Quickly give me the reply. Is that, do you have any other question? Quickly reply. Do you have any other question? Kindly reply. Do you have any other question, or we can conclude? One question, the definition of the recipient, Renuja, I have left. This part we will discuss in the subsequent class. The discussion and everything is good, right? The discussion class and everything is good. Is ITC claim for the expired medicine? I will take the ITC, and when I will destroy that expired medicine, I have to reverse the ITC. Thank you very much. Good night to all of you. We'll meet in the next class with the next part, 18 subsection 1 we will start. Thank you very much. Good night to all of you.